Okay. Let's see if the wind has taken down our internet. I'd say it has not. So we are going live. Oh, look at that. Look at that terrible shadow though. Oh, reflection. What we're gonna turn it just a little bit, see if that helps a little. The glare. Welcome to class number 2 of our Fun and Fancy Fold series. We are today going to do three cute cards, 3 adorable Easter cards, and a 3D project using the Easter Bunny stamp set. This is, now if you didn't get this, didn't get the punch with this because it does come as a bundle with the punch. The punch has been sold out for a while. If you didn't get this before the punch sold out, no worries, because this is carrying over to the next annual catalog. It won't be a bundle anymore, but you'll still be able to get the stamp set and the punch. It is adorable. It's beautiful. I am so excited about using it. I just cleaned off my desk a little, just for honest full disclosure here. Cleaning up from last night from our mystery stamping on, no, not mystery stamping, just Stampin' Wednesday. So if I'm a little discombobulated about where everything is, please forgive me here. I think I have almost everything out. So we're going to get started. We're going to do, like I said, 3 cards in a 3D project. If you love these cards, and I know that you will, between now and Monday at midnight, using this host code right here on my website, Laura's Cards by Design at Stampin'Up.net, use that host code. When you spend $35 or more, for $35, I'm going to send you all 4 of the items, 2 of each, so you're going to have 8 projects to put together. You'll just add your own stamps. Everything will be punched and or die cut for you that you'll need to do. And I will send you the PDF tutorials to follow along with. When you spend $50 or more, I'm also going to include a package of the rhinestones with everything that you receive. So remember, this only goes until Monday at midnight. So join in the fun, help us here. And if you don't use my host code, I won't know that that's what you're wanting. So I want to send you these cards. I want to share the love with all of you. So let's set our stamp set over to the side, out of the way. We're going to move our mouse, hopefully, out of the way. I'm going to find my scissors. I'm going to find my seal. Oh, we may be running out of seal here in a minute, so I'm going to grab another one. We might have to change our seal, but that's okay. It's easy peasy to do. Just going to grab one so we have it at the ready. Let's bring in our first card. Our first card we're going to do is it's a balmy blue. It's a book card, and instead of opening this way, which it normally would, it will open this way. And then you could pop in a little gift card up under the ribbon if you like. But this is our first card we're doing today. And you'll see that most of these cards that we're using today require our Stampin' Blends. Now, if you don't have Stampin' Blends, no worries. You can get some as part of your order, or you can just choose to do something different. You can use regular markers. I love the Stampin' Blends because they certainly add a little bit of flair, and they do exactly what you ask. They blend together. So we have lots of bits here. I'm going to slide our card over so I can put all of our bits down. As you can see, I have already colored 2 of the 3 carrots that are on our card. We'll pull it in a little bit so you can see. So let's get that. Let's do our last carrot here. Oh, my hands are a little chilly. We are going to use our, what is this? Our dark pumpkin pie blend. And I'm just going to dot a little in here. And like I said, all the measurements will be in the tutorials. And that was it. I had already used a little bit of Pear Pizzazz on the leaves. So, because, you know, when you pull a carrot out of the ground, a fresh carrot, that they always have I guess they're called fronds. I guess they're not called leaves. I guess they're called fronds. I don't know. Anyway, we got fronds on there. So we're going to just cut this out, moving my paper. I'm not really moving my scissors. And I'm not closing my tips of my scissors down until I get to the very end. And just like that, those bits are done. We have 2 circles from our layering circle dies, and we are going to stamp using Memento Black our adorable bunny on here. So let's use our Memento Black. Let's find our bunny. I love his little bent over ear. I think that he is so stinking cute. Now this could be an Easter card. This could be a baby shower card. This could be a bajillion different things. I mean, how cute would it be for a baby shower? And we know we all have baby showers to go to. All right, so we are gonna, well, at least I do. For some reason, all of my children's friends are having babies. Before I get started, I'm gonna add, because I didn't add any to this one, I'm going to go back and add it now. I'm just going to add a little bit of grass under him, just to kind of ground our little bunny. And I'm going to add a little bit of grass under him here. There is a grass dye, but I'm not using it. Let's grab a little light flirty flamingo and kind of give him a little, a gray hair. Imagine that. I don't know where gray hair came from. I'm not old enough for gray hair. We're going to do the inside of his ears. We just gave him a little mouth nose section with some flirty flamingo. I'm not going to color all of him, but I am going to do some of him, and I'm going to do him in gray granite. This is the light gray granite, and I'm just going to, right? Yep, light gray granite. And I'm just going to color in a little bit of it. So I'm using this card. I'm going to show you why. That I did with the large tip. And the smaller tip has a little different color. Oh, you know what? I forgot the pads of his feet. I just realized that. So let me and I'm just dotting, little dot, dot, dot. That is all it takes, little dot, dot, dot. And then we're just going to give him some color. I'm not going to do his whole body, so I'm kind of going to draw a little face mark on him. And I'm just going to color him in. Now you could use crumb cake, he could be a brown bunny, he could be any kind of bunny you want. But I'm just giving him a little bit of a belly, and I'm gonna give him a little extra here because I feel like, you know, he's got kind of a porky belly, and I want to show that off. And I'm just kind of scribbling. I'm not doing anything, but it makes me feel artsy. I mean, it really makes me feel artsy because these blends do spread a little, and they just cover it, so I don't have to color all the way to the edge. They'll kind of spread their color and move towards the edge. I love that. I can be sloppy, kind of just scribble. And the best thing about blends is that what looks like a line, you know, that your lines, they blend together. You give it just a minute to dry, and they will blend together. And look how cute he is. He is just adorable. And how fast he went together. We are ready to grab some pieces and let's put them together. We're going to put some dimensionals behind our bunny before we lay him on our other piece. Oh, we got to stamp him too. Wait, stop. Stop, Laura, stop. Come back. Stop, stop, stop. I get talking and I forget what I'm doing. He's just going to say hi. He could say anything he wanted, but he's just going to say hi. He's kind of just a friendly little bunny. And he's just going to say hi. Going to ink him up and just pop it right on here. And he says hi. Whoop. Yep, knocking things over. Just started and we're knocking things over already. So if you join me here, say hello. But don't forget, you can come back and watch the replay later. I will post this I will upload it to YouTube and also share it on my Laura's by Design Facebook page. So not to worry, it will be right there when you want to see it. And we're just giving him a little dot of blue. He's gonna be a blue-eyed bunny. There we go. He's all together. I want a little dot of liquid glue because he's gonna be holding a carrot. We did 3 carrots on this card. Did them all up lickety-split. The first one, he's gonna hold. And I am just gonna add it. Of course, I have to pick it up. We're going to just put it in his hands. He's going to kind of hold it down here so it's not blocking his way, not blocking his adorable body. There he is. We have our fold on our card. I don't know why it's in 2 pieces, but it is. I must have cut it accidentally, but here we go. Let's put our first piece together. So I want to do, I think, so I did one, I'm going to do this opposite of the first one I did. We're just going to do it opposite. We can. Why not? We can. We got all the bits and all the parts and we can. Now our first piece of the card, of course it was scored at 5.5 and at 4.5. We're going to just add some adhesive. Normally this would be all put together, but for some crazy reason, I must have had some pieces and I just made my card out of it. So we're just going to lay them together and that makes our card base, fits in a basic envelope. We're going to add our first strip to make it look like a book. I love books to begin with, so I love this fold. We have some cute paper. We are going to, and we have 2 squares of paper. We have basic white. They are 4 by 4 squares, and then we have 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 3.5 or 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So we're going to do the front of our card using the blue to match up, and then on the inside of our card, we'll do a layer of basic white over a layer of balmy blue with a layer of designer series paper. And then you can either write on here, it's light enough that your message could go on here and be nice and bright, or you can choose to have some more lighter colored paper over it and write a message. But I'm gonna put it so that we can just write our message right in our card. I mean, this, if you did this in pink, if you did this in Flirty Flamingo or Polished Pink, this could be a gorgeous card for a little girl. This would be perfect for a little boy, for a birthday or baby shower or Easter. You can make this card up in no time flat. Before I put this on, yep, I want to put this on first. And then I'm going to grab some ribbon. Oh, if you were my ribbon, where would you be? You would be behind me. And I am going to come through my card because, again, I want to have that place where if I wanted to, I could certainly put a gift card. I mean, how cute would that be? An Easter Bunny gift card rather than giving them candy. Although I know my grandchildren always look forward to sweet treats for the holiday. And we're gonna come right around and tie it. I have glue on my hands. I was cleaning a block and I am still glued. Okay, here we go. Let's kind of come close to the edge. Come up, come around, pull it through. Maybe pull it through. Come on, grab a hold there. I gotcha. Gonna floof my bow as I get it out here. And I do want it to go to the side. Now, if you notice, I used a different ribbon because the ribbon that I used on the first card, it's retired now. So I had to change up my ribbon. I just used a little bit of Evening Evergreen, which matches perfectly with the green in this card. Let's slide down just a little because that's what we do. There is our cute little bunny. And now we're going to add a couple more carrots down on here. And we're going to take just the edge of a dimensional. We're going to use a couple little bits from the side. Pop them right on the back of a dimensional, the back of a carrot. And we get 2 carrots, 2 dimensionals. If only I could make my fingers work. I've been writing all morning and my fingers are, I think, cramped and tired. So let's just pop a carrot down here. I'm gonna give him a little side fun. And put another one, we're gonna tuck it right up in here. So there's his little carrots. Let's trim up our bow a little. How's that? We got them both trimmed at the same time. Maybe slide it down just a little. Kind of floofing it. And of course, let's add some rhinestones because everybody needs a little bling in their life. So I'm just going to take my pick tool now. I think we're gonna come over here. We're gonna do 1. Let's do 2. Let's do 3. Right over in that corner. I feel like we're going for more today. Let's put 1 on the dot for the high on the eye. And let's give him 1 more. Where should we give it to him? Maybe we're just going to do, I'm going to pop 1 more on there, right there, because we can. There's our first card. There is our first card. And I'm going to slide some things out of the way, clean us up just a skosh, so we can get ready for our next creation. Our next creation is definitely a fancy fold card. I'm not even quite sure what the fold is called, but it was a lot of fun making it. And we're going to do some bright colors. Definitely this card is going to be an Easter card. And when you untie the ribbon, we get that adorable bunny on the front, and it will open up. It opens up, and it opens up. So I don't want to unhook it all the way, but it opens up and it opens up. There we go. So I got all of our bits ready for this card. We have, this is a little Mango Melody card because I wanted to use some Mango Melody. Here's our card. It folds in and in and in and in. So this is our base of our card. And then it's going to sit on another base that we're going to add some Designer Series paper to. And we're going to do it in a way that may confuse you for a second. So we have lots of Designer Series paper here. We're going to start with just putting some bits together. I've done some of our stamping for us because I did some coloring, and we want to make sure that all of our bits, we have time to show all of our cards. So this Designer Series paper goes on top of a layer of Calypso Coral, which is also on our, this one was really hard for me to choose because I love plaids. But we're doing an Easter bunny again, and we want our Easter bunny to be a happy guy. So let's, there's one layer. I just am trying to get some of our bits in places that we need them to go. We're going to put, instead of using a whole sheet of designer paper, we're going to do these strips, one on either side here. And we're going to lay them on our base on the left and the right side, because our centerpiece is going to cover the middle. So again, we're just saving some more of that goodness from the designer paper till we get to the, so we can use it for so many things. It doesn't all have to be in the middle of a card where nobody's gonna see it. Let's pop another piece on, just like this. Nice and even, close to our sides. Let's lay some pieces on here. We have a piece of basic white that is going to be where we would put our greeting on the inside of this card. That's going to go on. Just like this, right in the center. On this side over here, we're going to add a bit of more of that designer paper on the inside, because our card will open up all the way, so you'll be able to see that. So we'll put this one right here. I'm lining up my edges so all of my bits are the same length. We're going to use the same size over here. So these are our narrower pieces. Going to lay those on. Then of course we have these gorgeous pieces here that will go on the inside of our card. And you can use the same, or you can use different colors. I'm going to use different colors. I'm going to use this one with the stripes. And then I wanted to put a little piece with our plaid on it, because they don't have to all be, they're all color coordinated, but they don't have to be. So that's a tip that I learned, is that you can wear, you can wear different patterns, or you can work with different patterns as long as the colors coordinate with each other. And I heard somebody call it something, and I can't remember what it was. But it was, you know, about when it makes you happy. Oh, endorphin coloring. Oh, and I lied. That does not go there. That's going to get covered. I put it in the wrong spot. I put it in the wrong spot. It's actually going to go on the back side of this piece, where we're going to layer another. It's going to go right there, because this bit is going to get layered on here. So what I mean about we got all these bits, huh? And then we're going to get to stamping some things here in just a minute. We had so many little bits. I wanted to make sure we got some of them where they needed to be. Okay. Now the back of this bit, we're going to fold it up, and we are going to we're going to use Seal Plus, because I really want this to stay nice. This is super strong, super sticky. And I'm going to tell you, we want to make sure that we line it up so that the bottoms are flat, because we want this card to be able to stand up at the end of the day. So we're going to line it up, and give it a nice press. We're going to grab our bone folder, lay it down nice and flat. Perfect. And then I'm gonna turn it and hold it. We're gonna use our Seal Plus again. And I'm gonna add my adhesive to this bit of our cardstock for our fold, because I want to make sure that when I lay this piece down over the top, I'm only putting adhesive on the one side. So when we open, and it will stand up. It stands up. Perfect. That's what we wanted. Okay, so we got all of our cardstock and all of our DSP done together. We're going to take another piece of cardstock, and I've already stamped and fussy cut our bunny, but we're going to give him some color. I also stamped, inked, and fussy cut our eggs that are go on our bunny. He's gonna need some grass to stand on. This time we're gonna give him grass. So we're gonna take a little Granny Apple Green spring grass. I love spring grass. And we're gonna stamp our spring grass right across the bottom. Just like that. And maybe we'll give it a little extra grass in some spots. And maybe a little extra grass right there, so that it comes up around our bunny. We're also going to take that Stampin' Blend for our Granny Apple Green. Looking for the correct side, and I'm just gonna put, definitely without really thinking too much about it, some definition in our grass, our blades of grass, just to give them a little color rather than just the outline. And by adding some extra stamping, it kind of gives it that illusion of the you know how the grass kind of grows crazy sometimes. There it is. That's the hardest part. We also were going to need our Cajun Crate we want Cajun Craze? No, I want Mango Melody. I want Mango Melody. Mango Melody is one of the colors that's going to be retiring on May 2nd or 3rd. I don't remember which day. So if you love this color, you want to make sure that you get the color, the ink pad, and the re-inker, the cardstock, the blending brushes, the markers, everything before they retire. Okay, we have inked up Happy Easter, nice and pretty. And we're just giving it a second to absorb, transfer that ink. Happy Easter. Bring back in our little, you know what, I think we'll use a little petal pink. Is this petal pink? Or light papaya on his ear. Kind of stick him with our orange and yellow theme for this Easter bunny. Gonna give him a little dot on his pink nose. And some Wink of Stella on his fluffy cottontail, because he does have a fluffy cottontail. And there we go. Just giving him a little zhuzh. He's gonna need some dimensionals. Our eggs will adhere our eggs flat to our paper, but we're gonna cut them up first. And of course we have to add our ribbon. So I want to take my eggs and I want them to be on either side. I am just going to do 2 to 1. How easy was that? Maybe we'll trim this up just a skosh. I just looked at it and said, oh, I can't leave it like that. And I'm thinking we might add a little Wink of Stella to these. So I put just a little dot of liquid adhesive. Doesn't take more than a dot. And we're going to leave that set for just a second, let it set up, get a little tacky, and we'll slide that one right under our bunny so that we can see right where we want him to be. So there's one egg. Oh, it looks like he's pooping the egg. Oh well. And we're going to tuck this one right up under the corner of him. Just like that. There we go. This we're going to add to the front of our card. But we are going to roll a little bit of ribbon between our bunny, oh, excuse me, and I want this white seam ribbon binding. And I'm going to run a little extra adhesive on here. We're going to come under our bunny buns. So I'm going to hold this down. Under our bunny buns, and around our card base. See, level, nice and flat. Isn't he adorable? Okay, I gotta cover the liquid glue before I lose my pen, and then we'll finish coming around our card. We're not going to adhere that any place but under the Happy Easter, because when we untie it, we want to make sure that we can open our card up. So we're going to give it a little, again, a little tie. Oh. And around and under. And there is our card number 2. We'll trim our ends. I was coloring some ribbon, if you noticed. and had just a little bit of the pumpkin pie ribbon left. So we can make our ribbon as big or as small as we want. Our bow, and that is card number 2. And when you open it up, you have that beautiful surprise on the inside. And again, will stand up on its own. So you want to make sure that your bits are nice and level. That's card number 2 for this second class of our Fun Fold series. Our next card is what they call a waterfall clock card. So it opens up, and I didn't do anything on the inside of our card because all the magic on this card, look, it's right here. It's Happy Easter. We're gonna make this. This was so much fun. It looks much harder than it was, I will tell you that. So we have all of our bits. I have done some of the cutting. I've done all of the cutting. I've done some of the coloring, stamping and coloring, because it takes a little bit to put this together. So we have one bunny. We have a couple of bits we still need to say we need to color. We have all of our pieces that go under here. And because this is a directional paper, I want to make sure that my little flowers are pointing in the right direction for all of them. Aren't those adorable? So we have one more bunny to do. So let's get these in the order that they're going to go. So 1, 2, 3. We need one more bunny. It's this bunny here. So we're going to do him on here, and let's find a bunny stamp. We're going to use the same bunny stamp that we used before, again using our Memento black ink. We're going to get him. Yes, I just dropped the ink pad on the table in front of me. I did. True story. And we need a little more ink on his ear. We missed part of his ear. There we go. And it's not going to take the full, it won't cover the full image because we just need bits of the image. And we're going to color him. And on our bit that we pull, I've marked, because this piece of paper, I've marked where all of my bits go. And on this end, we're going to use a punch. And we are going to make that so pretty, so cute. Let's find the punch I want. I believe we're going to use a Delightful Tag Toppers. We're going to slide this right in. Just like this. It'll fold, tuck right in there. And I'm going to look at the back side because I want to make sure that I have it nice and even. So I'm looking at the back side to see where my punch is going to be so I have it nice and even. There we go. Pop that out. Isn't that adorable? And it gives us a place to put our ribbon through. Tag topper, tag topper, tag topper, tag topper. And we are going to put a sentiment in there. We're going to take our Happy Easter again, and we are going to use it twice. We're going to use it twice. I'm going to grab a little scrap of paper here. And I'm going to, so last time it took me like 3 tries to get this on here straight. Hopefully we can do it once. I'm just covering up so that I can ink the happy without getting ink on the Easter. And we're going to stamp happy. Now I'm going to clean it again because I don't want to get the happy on my part where I want my Easter to go. We're going to take the same scrap of paper and we're going to cover the edge of our happy so we can get Easter. Easter. Oh, somebody in my driveway, ignore the ding, ding, ding. No idea who's here. And let's lay our Easter down. Happy Easter. Perfect. Cleaned our block. I want to use the block for a couple of other little things. On our, I want to take this sentiment, Happy Easter, enjoy all the little moments. I want to add that sentiment to our card as well. So I'm going to ink that up. We're going to use the whole thing. Can you believe it? And we're going to put it right underneath. And we're going to say, enjoy all the moments. I live for the moments with my family. Not to say that I don't have other interests and other things, but holy moly, don't I love having my family around. There we go. Let's add a little butterfly. Let's add a little butterfly right here, right above happy. We got a little butterfly. He'll be really fast to color. Matter of fact, let's do him right now. We're gonna give him a little. I'm channeling a monarch butterfly, I think. Aren't they the orange and black ones? Yeah, well, we're giving him a little orange, but we're not going to make him black. We're going to give him a little daffodil delight. So he's going to be orange and yellow. He's a spring butterfly. There we go. And of course, daffodils always need a little wink of Stella. Oh, you didn't remind me to go and do my Easter eggs on our last card. Oh well, we'll get it done. But there are all the little moments. Last thing that this bit needs is a little piece of ribbon. I know. And if you were the ribbon, we're just going to cut a bit off. Just like this. We're going to fold it in half. We're going to pop right through the back of our little bit here and come in, because we're going to make this a double, because it is our tag that we're pulling our waterfall down with. And I'm not gonna pull hard. I'm just gonna kind of work each side down. I just did that backwards. I want to go this way through the card. Good thing I hadn't gotten all the way to the bottom and tightened it. So come in, come on, come through. Oh, we're working hard here. Gonna pull it down so they're mostly even. We can straighten them up at the end. We don't need to leave it real long, just have enough to grab our card with. There we go. There is our tag. And remember, we have our 1, 2, 3. This is going to be 4. Let's give him let's make him a little crumb cakey. He looks like he's going to be a little crumb cakey to me. And we're going to give him some pink ears. So we're just going to come in here and give him a little flirty flamingo. And maybe we'll do his nose. I think he might need a blue eye. Yep, I am absolutely just shoving him over to the side. Little blue eye. Now let's give him a little crumb cake. We don't want a gray bunny this time. We want a Butterscotch Bunny. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're just going to color kind of like down the side of him and across his head. So he's going to have a lot more white to him. Just changing the interest around a little. And I'm going to add a little extra. Just going to make sure that I add a little extra so it gives him a little dimension, that shading. I'm telling you, this makes me feel like an artist. Kind of adding where I think the sun would be and the shading on him. So he would have a little, and he's done. All right, now we're gonna put our pieces together, our 1, 2, 3, 4. You ready? This part is easy peasy lemon squeezy. 1, and I keep saying 1, 2, 3, 4 so I can remind myself how this goes together. All the details will be in, with pictures, will be in the tutorials if you choose to place your order for $35 or more using that host code between now and midnight on Monday so that I can cut cards on Tuesday and get them in the mail by Thursday. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all done, maybe. Got all of our flowers going in the right direction. We have our bit here that we had all of our folds. So we have nice, clean fold lines. We know where our cards are going. We're going to start with number 4. And we're going to tag him right on here. Number 4. I do want see a plus. I do want this to be good and adhered to the waterfall piece. There is bit number 1. Bit number 1. Bit number 3. We're going to do the same thing, but we are only going to put adhesive on here because we don't want to glue them together. We don't want to have them stuck together. So this is number 3, and we're going to pop, oh look, he's got a butterfly also on there. So it's only going to tag just a little bit. Then we're going to put number 2. Number 2. Can you see how it goes together yet? Isn't it easy? Easy. I mean, it looks much harder than it is. And you do have to stop and think about what do you want to see first? What do you want to see last? So there is our 4th piece. And there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's set that to the side. Let's bring the rest of our bits in that we have. We need got some extra bits so I can make an extra card. This piece is going to lay right on our back. Same designer series paper, so we're keeping that continuity right through our card. And I think this is a beautiful, this fresh freesia just screams spring Easter to me. Even though Easter is early this year, I think that April 9th is a little early for Easter, especially here in Maine, because, yeah, we still have snow on the ground. Okay, I'm going to put adhesive on the edges, just on the edges. Again, using the seal, I'm going to lay my card that we've created right on here. I'm going to pop this down, and don't worry that it covers because remember, it's going to slide. So this goes on right here. It's kind of the band for it. And our last little bit that we're going to do is we are going to pop this down on the top of card number 4. So we're going to add adhesive right here. I know it sounds crazy, but we are. And this is going to lay right over the top of our banner that we've added. I'm just looking at the other one to make sure I got it right in the right spot. Give me just a second here. Yep. So this one, this one is going to lay right on the top of our banner, right here. I'm going to straighten it up. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to trim my ends because I don't need them to be all that long. And then we're carefully will pull this and look what happens. It pulls them all up to create our banner. And I have a little glue on here where I don't need it to be, but that's okay. We'll move it and we'll get it stuck right where we want it. There we go. That's it. That's our waterfall card. That's number 3. You can certainly add more colors and designs. I want to add some bling to this. I'm going to use those rhinestones again. And I'm feeling like I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to add one more on our butter, right down here. And we're going to say, enjoy the little moments. And we're just going to pop it right there. And of course, you have the whole inside of your card to write your sentiment. Isn't that cool? I love this waterfall card. Simple, easy, but elegant. One more. We got about 8 minutes. Excuse me. And I think we can get this last one in. I want to just pop in our little bits here, kind of clean up a little bit out of the way, and bring in our last card and all of the elements to show you for this one. This is a tunnel card. So this is our 3D element for our fun folds. This is a tunnel card. Can you see how it creates those squares in there? And it stands up, and when you look at the front of it, it can lay down either left or right, so it will fit in an envelope. And it just has those sweet elements to it. And we're going to use some dies. We're going to use some layering circle dies. I'm going to grab them. We're going to use our large stamp cut and emboss machine to do this. And we're going to use dies that are amazing. Here we go. So here's our base. It's all cut, and it's 4 1/4 by 11. It's all cut and scored for us. We have a bow already created. I have our carrot cut. We have our bunny cut. We're just going to give our bunny an ear and a little pink on her ear and on her nose again, because we can. Just like that. We're going to stamp our sentiment that just says something. We want it to be just for you and me, just for you. But I think that instead of saying just for you, we're just going to say, maybe we'll say just for you. Let me grab a stamp set here, because I didn't grab one. I think we're going to use from the Tropical Leaf. I love this font, the Hello, and that's what we're going to use. I want to do it in Coastal Cabana because it's a retiring color and I love it. I love Coastal Cabana. So we're going to pop that right on here. And we're gonna, I will be sad to see this color retiring. It will be one of those colors that I absolutely will be grabbing to keep in my stash. I will order several more re-inkers to get this, keep it to use. But that's just me. And I'm gonna say hello. Isn't it? I just think it's a beautiful color. So bright and cherry, looks nice and springy to me. Now this card also doesn't say Happy Easter, so you could put in a small sentiment that says Happy Birthday. You could say anything you wanted. Best wishes maybe. I'm just gonna say hello. Hello. And I'm just fussy cutting out. I can't look while I'm doing this. Oh, hey, Arlena. Hey, Susan, I wasn't even looking. Oh, thank you. You didn't forget you're here, Susan. It's okay. So we are just gonna, we just fussy cut our little hello. We are going to put some layers together in our cards. We have two inside pieces. And we have a front. So I'm gonna, and you have to choose where do you want your paper to be? I'm gonna choose this one for the front. This is gonna be one of my insides. So I am going to lay them together. I am not, and I'm only gonna put my adhesive on the corners. And you're gonna see why when we do this. Just on the corners. On the four corners is my adhesive. Just like that. I'm going to slide this over so that I can keep all of our bits where we can see them. Because otherwise I'll be saying, Arlena, what did I do with the hello? That's how it works for me. So no adhesive in the middle. I love using this little pop of yellow, of the So Saffron. I think it pulls all of these bits together. So if you look at our card, and I'm gonna look at I use some of the other bits. This is gonna be the front of our card right here because our sides are gonna come around. So this is gonna be our front. And I want this piece on the front of my card talking about all of the colors we're going to add. So all three of these are done with adhesive just in the four corners. That's all, just in the four corners. Where are the, actually I don't want layering circles. You know what I think I want? I think I want stylish shapes. I'm going to change my mind. We're going to use stylish shapes. Stylish shapes, guys. That's what I want. So we are going to use the largest circle here. We're going to use the third largest circle on this one. And we're going to use the second to the smallest on the last one. And our hello will just fit in there. So there we go. We've got out what we want. So 1, 3, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5. I'm going to start by finding the center of my inside piece. That's the one I'm going to do first. I'm going to take a piece of low tack tape to hold it down right where I want it to be. Just like that. And then I'm going to run it through our big machine. So stay right with me. We're gonna run it right through. I'm not gonna move my machine. I'm gonna come to my machine. It's on the table right behind me, and that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Ta-da! Da-da-da! I had it all set up. That only took us a second. We have these pieces we're going to use on something else. Popping our tack tape off. Put our die away, and we've got a couple of little bits there. Now I'm going to take my middle piece. I'm going to line up my edges so that my creases are in the same spot. I'm going to line up my edges and take a look at it, and then I'm going to put my circle, wherever it might be, underneath here. Kind of estimate where my circle will be. There we go. I think that's going to be good. We might, because we're a little high, so I want to be a little high here. Do another one. And then we have one more to do. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I know I'm talking to you from, I'm probably 6 feet from the microphone right now, standing sideways to you. So I'll yell a little bit. Not much of a yeller. Well, not that my kids are grown now. But let's see. How are we looking here? Oh yeah. And again, we have 2 more adorable circles we can use for something. Put this one back, and this is our last one. This one takes up a pretty big space. This is our last. Do we want to use this one, or do we want to use this one? I feel like I want to use the big one. I want to use the big one. So this is gonna be our last one we run through. Last go here. Here we go. I've been playing so much yesterday and today, plus I was working like a fiend yesterday to get information out about retiring items and take a look at the new catalog so I know how to best serve you. Work on my plans. And I just have a mess going on in here. I'll take time a little later. So there are our layers. See our layers, girls? You want to put this together? What do you say? Let's do that. First things first, let's take and make our edges nice and crisp. This is just a little tiny edge, and we're going to use liquid glue for this. And for those of you that know me, I think I've come a long way. Hey, Vicki, you are never late. I've come a long way with my liquid glue work. And then I'm going to crisp up our edges here because we just went through our stamp cut and emboss machine. Give us all those beautiful edges we need. Okay, we're going to start with this bit, our smallest piece, and we're going to put adhesive right on this edge, and we're going to adhere it right to this corner right here. A little bit. That's going to be our first edge. And we're going to leave, and it doesn't take much, but I want to make sure that we have a nice, strong finish. And most of the reason that I'm using liquid glue for this is because I really, really want it to be adjustable if I need to move it. And there is our first one. Then comes our second one. Just going to give that one just a second to stay. we're going to do the same thing. We're going to give it just a little adhesive on this one edge, popping it right down, and we are going to come right up to this edge here, lay it down nice and tight, come over. So now I have two edges on this end, and I want to slide it down so they both are even side and bottom, which will then make them even on the top. That's going to create the inside layer for us. Now we have these two edges. Now that we have these on right where we want them, we're going to add a little adhesive to here, and it's going to come right on this edge, not on the flap, but right on this edge. So we can get our two inside pieces attached to our card front. I'm going to come right over and lay it down nice and flat. We're going to give it a nice little touch here. See how it lays nice and flat for us? Oh, didn't get them both. There we go. Now we got them both. Before we go any farther, I want to make sure that I put my hello on dimensional and pop it on the center. There we go. Hello. Don't you just love the way those colors just pop together? I think they're so shiny and pretty. And it's so simple. We're just saying hello to somebody. Hello. Last bit for this. Now that those pieces are all nice, and we're gonna fold, and our last flap is gonna adhere right on the inside of the back of our card so that it's a nice clean back. Again with the liquid glue. Oh, we've gone a little over our time, but I think this is so worth it. And we're gonna pop it together. I'm gonna slide those edges right up. There they go. We're gonna give it a little rub with our bone folder. There are our layers on the inside and on the outside so that it will stand up and all pop together. Say hello. Before we go any farther, let's add our bunny. We're going to put a little bit of glue on him and pop him right down here. Now I'm going to ask you, do you want to put him on the inside or do you want to pop him on the outside? I thought about putting him on the inside, but I think I'm still going to put him on the outside because he's so cute. And I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to the bottom of him and put him right on the bottom. Right on the bottom. There he is. We're going to pop our little carrot on with a little liquid adhesive and kind of dangle it towards him. You know, he's looking for that carrot. He's looking up at that carrot. And a glue dot to put our bow on. We'll put our bow right in the middle of our carrot. And of course we can fluff it. You know, that when somebody gets a card from you and it has a bow on it, the bow may be smushed. Just tell them that they can give it a little fluff, how best they'd like to see it. And we're gonna trim up our edge. And there we go. That is our 3D tunnel card. Isn't that cute? There. So we have our tunnel card, 3D, stands up on its own. We have our sweet little waterfall card for our fancy fold today. What else we got here? This one doesn't stand up on its own. We have our fancy fold. What are we going to call this? It's a hiding, I don't know. But when you untie it and you open it up, look what you can see in here. Isn't that cute? I know there must be a name for it, I just don't know what it is. And our first card that we did, of course, is so simple and sweet. It's a book fold card with our bunny on it, and you could put a gift card holder in here. So those are our cards today, girl. Tell me what you think of them. Tell me, have you got your Easter cards all done? I'm going to be using these. I'm popping them in the mail probably tomorrow to get them where they need to be for Easter. And yeah, I'll see you right back here on Sunday for mystery stamping. Mystery stamping is on our Laura's Cards by Design Facebook page. It's posted and pinned so that you can see that. In your email, I sent a couple yesterday. One was, if you're interested in the catalog, make sure you email me so that I can put you on my list of catalogs to send out as soon as I can get them. Probably be the middle of April. And let's see, so that was 2. A reminder about this class number 2 from our Fancy and Fun Fold cards, and the special that goes with that, and then a special that I'm doing for March Madness for the weekend. So I did send a lot of emails yesterday, but that's okay. That's okay. It won't always be like that. There was just so much fun and that I wanted to share with all of you. So ladies, have a fabulous rest of your Thursday, and I will go post this to our YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye.